What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing a 45-minute yoga flow. When you're ready, go ahead and come to a comfortable spot on your mat. Find your sits bones, press them down into your mat. You can wiggle around a little bit. Hands can come right to the tops of your legs, and we'll stack the shoulders right on top of the hips. When you're ready, take a nice deep inhale. You can bring the shoulders up towards the ears, fill the chest and the belly up with air. Once you can't get any more air in there, we'll take a big exhale, relax the shoulders down and back. Let all of that air go. Good. Big inhale, bring the shoulders up towards the ears. And when you're ready, big exhale, let it go. Inhale, bring the shoulders up. And big exhale, we'll drop them down and back. Let it go. Take one more deep breath. Inhaling in the nose, filling everything up. And big exhale, we'll let everything go. Shoulders drop down and back. On your next inhale, take the right hand over to the right side of your mat. Take the left arm, reach it up and over, reaching over towards the right side of your room, finding length through the left side of your body, maybe tilting your gaze up towards your arm. We'll take an exhale to bring ourselves back up through center. And drop your left hand down to your mat. Inhale to reach the right arm up overhead, reaching over towards the left side of the room. Again, maybe tilting your gaze up towards your right arm, perhaps sinking a little bit deeper into that side bend, opening up through the side body. We'll take an exhale. Go ahead and push yourself back up through center. We'll do that once more on each side. When you're ready, right hand comes down to your mat, left arm reaches up overhead. Nice deep breath. Maybe you get a little bit deeper into your side bend this time, perhaps reaching the elbow down towards your mat. We'll take an exhale to push ourselves back up through center. And when you're ready, drop your left hand down to your mat, dropping the elbow down, perhaps. Maybe bringing your gaze up, seeing if gravity can do a little bit more of the work with every inhale, seeing if you can get your body just 1 inch closer to that mat. We'll take an exhale, go ahead and push yourself back up through center. Nice deep breath to reset. We'll inhale to take the left arm up. You'll take your left hand over towards the right side of your head. Really gently tilt your head over towards the left. Good. Releasing through the right side of the neck. And it's just a gentle pull on your head. I don't want you to tug at your head. On your next inhale, go ahead and walk your hand back towards the back of your head, and then tuck your chin in towards your chest. Put some gentle pressure through the back of your head to release the back of your neck. Find that nice long length in your cervical spine. Again, just gentle pressure. And if you feel good there, start to tilt your gaze over towards your left armpit. We'll take just one more deep breath here. And when you're ready, go ahead and bring your gaze up, drop the left hand down. We'll inhale to reach the right arm up, bringing the right hand over towards the left side of your head. It's a really gentle pull onto your head, just to tilt your head a little bit closer towards the right side of your room. Finding some length through the side of your neck, maybe getting a little bit lighter through your left fingertips. On your next inhale, we'll go ahead and walk the hand towards the back side of the head. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. Find some length through the back of your neck. Feel that nice big release. Just apply some gentle pressure. Remember, we're not pulling on the neck. We're not pulling on the head. Just letting gravity do a little bit of that work for us. And when you're ready, if it felt good on the other side, go ahead and bring your gaze over into your right armpit. Feel how that little twist just changes the stretch and releases tension a little bit differently in the neck. When you're ready, we'll go ahead and come up out of that, dropping the right hand down towards our mat. We'll inhale to reach the arms up overhead, reaching for your right wrist with your left hand. We'll inhale, start to tilt over towards the left side of your room, maybe bringing your gaze up towards that right arm. Finding just a little bit of rotation. Continue to sit as heavy as you can into the hips. And we'll exhale to bring ourselves back up through center. Dropping the hands down, we'll take the right hand across the body over towards the left knee, crossing the left hand over the top so it touches the right knee. Big inhale to lift the arms up just slightly. Exhale, you can draw the belly button in, round the thoracic spine back. Good. Big inhale, lift the chest, lift the head, maybe lift the elbows just slightly. Exhale, we tuck the chin, we round the back, let the elbows depress down into the body. When you're ready, we'll take eagle arms with the hands. Left arm wraps underneath. Good. We'll inhale, reach those fingertips up. You can exhale, draw the elbows in towards your belly, round a little bit through the upper back. Inhale, bring everything back up. Push those fingertips up towards the ceiling. And we'll exhale, draw the elbows in towards our navel, round through the upper back. Nice big release. Once more, we'll inhale, reach those fingertips up, lifting the elbows just slightly. Exhale, draw the elbows in towards your sides, round through that upper back. Next time you come up, go ahead and untwist the hands. We'll drop the arms back down, little shake of the shoulders, and then when you're ready, reach the arms up overhead. Right hand reaches for the left wrist. Really gently take an inhale, tilt yourself over towards the right side of your room. Continuing to sit heavy into the hips. Focus on finding some length in the left side of your body, and perhaps you bring your gaze over to your left arm if that felt good on the other side. Go ahead and try that out here too. We'll exhale to pull ourselves back up through center. Drop the hands down. This time left hand reaches to the right knee, right arm crosses over the left. We'll take a big inhale, lift the elbows, maybe lift the shoulders. Exhale, sink back into that breath. Draw the belly button in. Bring your chin down towards your chest. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we lower. Really gentle stretch through the back of the shoulders. One more. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we'll draw the elbows in, round through the upper back. The next time that you lift, we'll lift the elbows up, little eagle wrap of those arms, left arm underneath, right arm on top. We inhale, reach the fingertips up. We exhale, draw the elbows in towards the navel, round through the upper back, tuck the chin into the chest. Inhale, we lift it up, push the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, we draw the elbows in, rounding through the upper back, just ever so slightly. Good. Inhaling to reach up. Exhaling like we're trying to pull the shoulder blades apart. Good. Next time you're up through center, go ahead and unwrap the arms. Hands come down by your sides, and we'll kick our legs out in front of us so the feet are just a little bit wider than the hips. Hands right behind you, and we'll just start to rock the knees from side to side. Both knees drop over towards the right. Come up through center, both knees over towards the left. That back hip can lift just a little bit. Good. Come through center, both knees to the right. And we drop both knees over to the left. Good. Next time you're over to the left, we're going to hold it there. Walk the right leg back just ever so slightly, and we'll start to twist a little bit over that left knee. You can reach the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Left hand can come right beside you. Twist your upper body back towards the back side of your mat, back side of your room. Your gaze can point down or just slightly forward, wherever you feel most comfortable through your neck and your upper body. When you're ready, go ahead and come out of that twist, walking the right hand back towards the right leg. We'll bring those legs through center and take it right over to the other side. Dropping the right knee down, left knee goes back. We take the left hand to the outside of the right knee and then open things out towards the back side of the mat, opening up the chest and the upper back. Gaze can look down, it can look forward, whatever feels most comfortable for you and your spine. And when you're ready, we'll go ahead and come out of this twist, come back around through center. We'll set ourselves up into a mermaid position. Left leg's going to come in front of you, right leg's going to come out beside you. If you have a bolster, go ahead and grab onto your bolster. You'll take the short edge of your bolster, pressing it right up into the edge of your hip. Left hand comes down to your bolster. We'll inhale, reach the right arm up overhead, nice big side bend. And then when you're ready, you'll rotate the right arm down towards your mat. And we'll take a nice big forward fold over that bolster, letting the forehead just drop down. The back hip will lift a little bit off of the mat, and that is absolutely fine. We'll rest here for just a little bit. With every inhale, letting gravity pull you a little bit deeper into that bolster. Go ahead and take one more deep breath here. And when you're ready, we'll start to press up off of that bolster. Hands can walk in. We'll rotate our body back towards the front of the room. Move that bolster out of the way. And if you've got a block, go ahead and grab onto your block. You're going to take that block back behind you at a little bit of an angle, and we'll start to lower ourselves down, keeping the legs right where they're at. You'll find the block and put it right in between the shoulder blades at the upper back and just fold back over that block. Legs will stay right where they're at. You may start to feel a big release through the hip flexor, the outside of the legs, and just let the head hang back. We'll take one more deep breath here. And on your next inhale, we'll go ahead and come up out of this the same way that we came down. Bringing the hands down by your sides, we'll press up one hand at a time, grabbing onto that block, taking it out of the way. We'll bring the right leg in, left leg comes in, and slide that bolster over to the other side of your mat. We'll set up to get into that side bend over on the other side. If you need to, take a second, rock out through those legs. This time, right leg comes in front, left leg comes behind. Take the bolster, bring it right to the outside of the right hip. Right hand comes to your bolster. We'll inhale, reach the left arm up overhead. Nice big side bend. And then we'll rotate the left arm down towards our bolster. You can walk the hands to either side, and we'll start to take that big forward fold over our bolster. Maybe the forearms touch down to your bolster, maybe not. Maybe you let the forehead drop down, maybe not. Remember, we're just letting gravity do a little bit of that work, with every inhale sinking just 1 inch deeper, perhaps. We'll take one more deep breath here. And when you're ready, we go ahead and press up out of that forward fold, grabbing onto your block. You'll bring your block back behind you at a little bit of an angle, and you may have to adjust it as you start to lower things down. Legs stay where they're at. You'll start to lower down onto your forearms. Find the block right at your upper back. You might have to adjust it, move it around a little bit if you need to. And then just start to lay back onto your block, maybe letting the head hang back, letting go of a little bit of control, and finding that deep relaxation within your body. We'll take our final deep breath here. And on your next inhale, we start to press up out of this the same way we came down. Hands come down by your sides. We press onto the forearms and then up onto the hands. You can slide the block out of the way and then bring your legs out in front of you. Just take a second to rock your knees from side to side. Release a little bit of that tension that's coming from the static hold. From here, you'll swing your legs around, and we're going to make our way into a child's pose. You can come to the back of your mat. If you've got a bolster, we'll go ahead and use it here. Big toes come together, knees open out nice and wide. The bolster can come right in between your legs, and then just start to lower yourself down into your child's pose. With every inhale, seeing if maybe you can sink a little bit deeper into your child's pose, pressing the hips closer to the heels, sinking the forehead closer to your mat. Feeling all of that tension release from your body. On your next inhale, we'll start to press up out of that child's pose. Walk both of your hands over towards the right side of your mat. You can slide the bolster out of the way. If it's starting to get in the way, both hands come over to the right side. We'll come on to the left arm, left ear to the left bicep. And if it feels good in your body, take the right arm. You're going to take a half wrap, reaching the right arm back across the body, reaching for the top of the left leg, opening up through the shoulder and through the chest. On your next inhale, go ahead and bring that right arm in. We'll press ourselves through center and then take the hands right over to the left side of your mat. Right ear comes to the right bicep. We'll take the left hand, reach it back behind you. Take that half wrap, reaching for the top of your right leg. We'll take an inhale to bring the left hand back in. Walk your hands back through center and start to press yourself up into a tabletop position. Again, move that bolster out of the way if it's in your way. Go ahead and grab onto your blocks if you have them too. Bring them to either side of the mat so that they're ready to go as we get into things. In our tabletop, we stack the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees. And when you're ready to move, you inhale to dip your belly down. We'll exhale, press into the heels of the hands, curve the spine up, look to the backs of your legs. Inhale to dip the belly down, draw the shoulder blades together, open up the chest. Exhale to push into the heels of the hands, curve the spine up, just like you're an angry cat, drawing the shoulder blades apart. We inhale, dip it down. We exhale, curve things right back up. On your next inhale, just reset into your neutral tabletop position. We'll take both of our hands, spin the fingertips out towards the edges of your mat, and then just start to shift from side to side, getting a little bit of a stretch in the wrist, pressing some pressure into your fingertips, the knuckles, and the heels of your hands. When you're ready, we'll take both of our fingertips, you'll turn them back towards you, and you'll start to put some pressure into your knuckles and the fingertips. Again, we get that nice big stretch in the wrist, big stretch in the forearms, coming up out of this whenever you need to. It can be a little bit intense. And then when you're ready, we replace those hands. Fingertips reach forward. We'll take the right hand. I want you to flip your palm up towards you so the back of your hand presses down to the mat. And again, we'll start to rock back a little bit, finding another nice wrist stretch. Once you've had enough there, we'll do the same thing on the left side, flipping the palm back so that it faces you. The back of your hand is down on the mat. And we just start to press the hip back to the heel so we get a little bit of traction for a stretch in our wrist. Once you've had enough of that, left hand comes back down to that mat. We'll take a nice deep breath. Then we'll tuck the toes under. We'll take a big exhale, press the hips up, straighten out the legs, find a down dog stretch. Pressing down into the hands, thinking about pressing the chest back towards the legs. And we'll pedal out through the legs just a little bit, bending one knee, straightening out the opposite leg. Good. Taking this at whatever pace feels best and most natural for you and your body at this moment. On your next inhale, we'll lift high onto the toes and then take both of your heels over towards the right edge of your mat. We'll inhale up through center. Exhale, drop your heels over to the left side of your mat. We'll inhale, take it up through center. Then you'll bring yourself back down into your tabletop position, stepping the right foot forward. Grab onto those blocks. We'll find that nice low lunge. Hands can come right to the tops of your blocks. You'll open up through your chest, sinking into the hips. You release a little bit into the left hip flexor. And when you're ready to move here, we'll take our next exhale to push the hips back towards the heels, extending through the right knee to find our half split. If it feels good in your body, go ahead and come up onto your right heel, pulling the toes back towards your nose. And we'll inhale to come back into our low lunge. Now I'll let you move at a pace that is comfortable for you. Just move from your half split into your low lunge, working in opposition, finding the release through the hip flexor, through the hamstring, the calf, the quad, perhaps hanging out in the spots that feel a little bit tighter. And when you're ready, you'll meet me back in your low lunge. Left hand's going to stay down on the mat. You'll reach your right arm up and around, finding your easy twist. If it feels okay in your body today, go ahead and take your half wrap, reaching the right hand around for the top of the left hip, opening up the shoulder, opening up the chest, maybe pointing your gaze back towards that right shoulder. We'll take one more deep breath here. And on your next inhale, we'll take the right hand, bring it back through to center, right on top of that block. And then we'll move those blocks out of the way. Hands come down to your mat. We're going to tuck that back toe under and then scoot the right leg in to come into our pigeon pose. Once you find a comfortable position for that right leg, for the hip, you can grab back onto a block if you so choose, and then fold forward. Your forehead can rest down onto the block. It's a comfortable spot for it to be. Brings the mat a little bit closer to you. We're just going to hang out here for a little bit. With every inhale, see if maybe you can sink a little bit deeper, release a little bit more of that tension. We'll take one more deep breath here. And when you're ready, go ahead and press up off of your block. Hands come down. We'll tuck the left toes under to lift the hips and carefully slide that right foot back. Drop back down into your tabletop. Take a second, rock your hips from side to release any of that residual tension from your pigeon pose. And once you're ready to reset into your neutral tabletop, you can reset your blocks as well, bringing them right to the outside edges of the mat so they're ready to go. Once you've got your blocks there, we'll inhale to step the left foot forward between the blocks, perhaps stepping the right knee out or the right leg back. Find your low lunge, releasing into that right hip flexor. And when you're ready, we exhale to press the hips back. We'll extend the left leg, finding our half split. And we'll take our flow, moving at your own pace. Just move from your low lunge back into your half split. Focus on moving in opposition. Finding the stretch in your hip flexor, release in your quad. And those big exhales to get into the back side of the leg, the hamstring, the calf, the glute. Rocking a little bit onto your left heel if that feels okay in your body. You take whatever movements you need to. Everything I say today is just a suggestion. The next time that you find your low lunge, go ahead and hold it there. We'll keep the right hand down on the mat. You'll inhale to reach that left arm up and around, finding your easy twist. If it felt good on the first side, or you just want to try things out, take that left hand, find a half wrap, reaching the left hand for the top of the right hip, pointing your gaze back towards the top of your left shoulder. And with every inhale, maybe sinking a little bit deeper into that lunge. On your next inhale, go ahead and release that left hand, bringing it back down to your block. Good, you can move the blocks out of the way. Hands come down. We're going to tuck that right toe under just to slide the left leg up underneath us to find our pigeon pose. If you want to use the block to assist you in your forward fold, go ahead and do that. That is very often a good option just to bring that mat a little bit closer to you so you don't have to worry so much about how far you fold over, and you can focus on getting that nice release to the outside of the left hip. We'll take one more deep breath here. And on your next inhale, we'll go ahead and come up out of this the same way we came down, carefully coming up off of that block, pressing the hands up, tucking the right toe under to slide the left knee out. We'll find our way back into a tabletop position. And again, just take a second to rock your hips from side to side, finding that nice big release. Identifying any of that residual tension that's left over from our pigeon pose. And when you're ready, we'll go ahead and walk the hands out in front of us. Let the legs slide back behind you. Our belly comes all the way down to the mat, hands underneath the shoulders, elbows into the ribs. We'll inhale to press ourselves up into a baby cobra, dropping the shoulders down and back. We exhale to lower back down to our mat. Inhale, we'll press up, opening up the chest, dropping the shoulders down, bringing your gaze just slightly forward. We'll exhale to bring things down. On your next inhale, we press all the way up into that full cobra, lifting the elbows and the forearms off of the mat, bringing your gaze over your right shoulder. We'll exhale to come through center. Inhale to bring your gaze over your left shoulder. And we'll exhale, come back through center. Inhale to lower yourself all the way back down to your mat. One more time, we'll inhale, press ourselves up, lift the elbows, lift the forearms, open up the chest, bring your gaze over your right shoulder. Exhale through center. Inhale to look over the left shoulder. Exhale through center and inhale to lower yourself all the way back down. On your next inhale, we'll bend the right knee, reaching back behind for your right foot with your right hand, pulling the heel into the glute to find a deep release through the quad. Forehead stays down on the mat. Left hand can stay down on the mat. On your next inhale, go ahead and release your right leg down, unfolding at the knee. You can take your right foot back down to the mat. We'll inhale to bend the left knee, reaching back behind for your left foot with your left hand, pulling your heel into your glute, finding a deep release through your quad. If it feels good, maybe you come onto your left ear, bringing your gaze over your right shoulder. With every inhale, see if you can pull your heel in just a little bit closer to your hip. Lengthening through your quad. We'll take our next inhale to release the left leg, dropping the left foot down to the mat. Hands come back underneath your shoulders, and we'll roll ourselves all the way over so that we lay all the way down onto our back. Finding a supine position on the mat, you can hug your knees into your chest. We're just going to rock the hips a little bit from side to side. If you want to make a little circular motion with your hips to get a nice low back massage, you're more than welcome to do that. Just make sure if you're drawing circles, you're going one way and then the other. And when you're ready, you'll cross your right ankle over the left, reach for your feet, and then gently pull your feet in towards your hips. We'll take an inhale right here. Exhale, go ahead and switch up the feet. Left foot crosses on top, right foot underneath. And grab onto your feet with your hands. Gently pull the heels into your hips. Big deep breaths to sink a little bit deeper into your mat. Take an inhale to release the legs. If you've still got your blocks, go ahead and find them. We'll move ourselves into a goddess pose. So bring the legs down, feet come together, knees open out heavy towards the sides of the room. If you need a little bit of extra support in this pose, go ahead and slide your blocks underneath your knees. Hands can come to your low belly to bring some awareness back to your breathing. They can come down by your sides, flip your palms up. Get yourself ready to receive some energy back into your body. We'll take one more deep breath here. And on your next inhale, if you've got the blocks, go ahead and grab onto them, slide them out of the way, and you'll slide both legs all the way down one by one. Hands come down by your sides, flip the palms up, and we'll make our way into our final resting pose. If it feels okay in your body today, go ahead and close your eyes. Settle into this pose. Sometimes Shavasana is the hardest and the most uncomfortable pose. It's hard for a lot of us to surrender and to give up control in our lives. So I want to challenge you today. Sit through this whole Shavasana, just you and your breathing. Let the pose take over. Release those last little bits of tension from your body. Release the tension from your mind. All those little things that you no longer need to hold on to. Let them float away. And let all this newfound energy flow into your body. Let it come in through your fingertips, through your toes. And when you're ready, go ahead and wiggle your fingers and your toes, acknowledging the acceptance of that energy. You can slide your heels in. We'll shift our hips off to the left, rolling onto the right side of the body. You'll curl yourself up into a little fetal position, tucking the knees in. And when you're ready, take your time. You can press the left hand down into the mat, reaching the left leg long. We'll press ourselves up carefully. And then bring yourself into a seated position, either cross-legged or legs out in front of you, whatever's the most comfortable for you. Take one last nice deep breath. Let all that air go. Thank you so much for joining me on your mat today. Remember, you're awesome. You can do anything you put your mind to, and I'll see you guys in our next video.
I just can't resist you.